So this morning, our conversation was, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, well, before the podcast, I'm in New York. And so downstairs, which the gym opened back up in the building, they have
So
two
good.
Pelotons. Well, is it Peloton or Peloton or what?
Who cares?
Okay, it doesn't matter. So I was so excited because I was like, I'm going to do my first Peloton ride. And she's like, oh my God, stop it. Who are you going to take? What's the class? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. She's like, so do you have shoes? And I'm like, you need like special shoes for this? What are you talking about? So I go down there. I'm all excited. Luckily, you're supposed to sign up for the gym. I didn't know how to use the app. I just went down there hoping that nobody was in there.
Come on. You're one of those.
I am totally one of those.
Follow the rules.
I'm not a rule follower. You know that. So I go downstairs. Luckily, no one's in the gym. I got the bike all to myself. I'm so excited. All of a sudden, I'm like, I got to put in my information now. I'm logging in and it says I already have a login. I have no recollection of ever signing up for a Peloton class. Now we got 20 minutes to log in. It's a whole thing. Fine. I set up a new code. It's like, I tried like CT121. They're like, that's taken. I'm like, oh, is it? That's very common. Anyways, so I get logged in. I choose the class and there's no audio. There's nothing happening in the sound. But not to worry, because you also turned me on to this new podcast about how entrepreneurs like started their business since you and I are both starting a business.
Yeah.
You're just well underway, as evidenced by the clothing line behind you. Please show everyone what's happening there.
For those that you can't see or watching on YouTube, you should be though. I'm in my wear closet. But go on. This is about Peloton. Go. Not an ad.
Erin
would love it to be.
Very, very interested in our entrepreneurship and starting companies, et cetera, et cetera. So she sent me, ironically, the John Foley podcast on how he started Peloton. So I spent the entire ride, which I then turned into an hour ride because I was listening to the John Foley podcast on how he started Peloton. And I was so into it and I was sweating. I didn't even know what the instructor was saying. She had this cute little outfit on, this like, I don't know. You guys know all the names. I don't know the names of any of these people, but I was so into it. I wasn't even hearing what she was saying, like go harder, go faster. I was making up my own, but I still enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Okay, so the gist of that podcast that you were listening to, he talks about how he sells it is the instructors and the music. So not only did you not pay attention to the instructor or the music, okay, I mean...
But the great news is that I still was a fan of the product because I was sweating so much. I was just trying to go off of my experience from SoulCycle, where I was like, okay, let's do 5 seconds here that are like up the hill, 20 seconds here that are up the hill. And the whole time he was saying like about the story about how he started selling them in the Short Hills Mall and that's how Peloton got like, whatever. Like he was like, if we can just sell one bike a day. And I just loved listening to his story while on his product. Now I'll figure out the, music and the instructors the next time. But I was super inspired when I got off the bike by his story, the success of Peloton, and I got a great sweat. So I'm hooked. I get it. And I haven't even experienced the best part.
Yeah, you don't. And I love that you listen to the podcast and that's great and all, but I'm now concerned. What's wrong with the audio? We need to fix it.
They're not this building. What's going on? I don't know. I just was excited that I got in the gym without a reservation and that I got on the bike. I didn't have the right shoes on. They were just running shoes. So now I got to get fancy equipment. But I don't know. I got to tell you, whenever I talk to you, you're like, I'm in a bad mood. I got to get on the bike. I get it because afterwards, it's not just the coffee I'm drinking.
No.
So I'm hooked and I can't wait to go and figure out how to get the audio to work the next time, which is always a problem for me. I'm very technologically disadvantaged.
Can you give me a clue of what the instructor looked like?
Yeah, I took a video.
Yes. I'm so obsessed with all these people.
Yeah. So he was talking about how he had put out an ad.
Yeah.
Weird ads. Even rich people do it. About how he was asking for instructors on social media. And like who's the one girl who wrote him? And like, she was like the first one or whatever.
Her name is Jen. She's not there anymore, but she was a fan favorite to many men. Many.
Oh, this is who it is. Again, I know that you can't. How's that nail looking?
It's Olivia. She is a little firecracker. She's amazing.
Up. You know who this?
Yes. Yes.
Everything.
And I will tell you, her abs class is phenomenal. She is a little like firecracker. She's amazing. She will kill you. Her Tabata rides, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Amazing.
Her abs classes,
unbelievable, full blown. I love you, Olivia. She's amazing.
Oh my God. I'm just so impressed that you got that just off a screenshot. But yeah, I mean, just to think I was that into it without even hearing what she was saying. So I'm hooked. Thank you for turning me onto it. Again, like everything in life, I'm very late to the party on. So yeah, it's part of friendship is giving out advice, and whether the person takes it right away or waits 3 years, either way, here I am. Oh, you also have an iced coffee back there? Look at us. Cute.
No, this is hot, and I'm hot in my room, even though I'm wearing a cardigan. Cute.
We're both wearing
Yeah, I'm so happy you joined the party. I need you to figure out the audio, because that I feel like is, as John says in that podcast, one of the best things about Peloton. One thing last night, I decided to do a 45-minute ride, and they did the Bad Boy Entertainment ride, and I was laughing the whole time because
Daddy Bad Boy.
Yep, they played every like song from that group, and it was amazing. It was so good, and even I'll be missing you. Like that was a slower ride.
Of course.
It was fantastic. But that's what you forget. You're like, I just burned this thing for 45 minutes and I'm happy. And I feel like these instructors are my best friends. I DM all of them and I want to be friends with them. I love them. It's a cult. It's one of the best cults I've ever been a part of, if I could say that out loud.
Please tell us about the ones that you didn't enjoy being a part of on the next podcast.